Alrighty, what's going on everybody, Ninja Star here, and today we are back getting in with a One Piece video. Now today's One Piece video is going to be kind of a reflecting back type of One Piece video, and that's kind of what a lot of my One Piece videos are pretty much going to be. So basically with this one video, I wanted to talk about a moment in One Piece that I feel was so impactful, so powerful, to the point that makes me like, okay, so I don't know if you guys are really following like my past One Piece videos and stuff, but I basically count down best moments from each individual arcs, and you know, those videos are a lot of fun to do. I still gotta, you know, make my Skype arc video, still gotta make my, you know, Water 7 video, Enies Lobby, Thriller Bark and stuff, but there is one moment in particular which I passed not too long ago. I think it was like one or 2 weeks ago, somewhere like that, and it was at the very end of the Enies Lobby, like kind of the climax of the Enies Lobby arc, where Nico Robin says 4 very powerful words that would change not only her character, but a lot of the Enies Lobby arc in general, make us realize, oh, this arc is incredible. It is such an overarching arc for One Piece, and really does show how great an anime can be. So, the reason I kind of wanted to do, you're probably thinking like, oh, why didn't I just save that for the actual video? Well, the thing is, there's so much stuff for me to talk about in this one moment alone. It's way too much for the video. So when it actually comes down to me making that video, I'm just gonna say like, watch this video right here, because this video, there's so much detail that I want to describe for this one moment in particular. I just couldn't like just cram it into a video with so many other moments. I had to make this a moment of its own. And you know, some people are like, oh, that's kind of lame, you could just wait, but whatever. I really want to talk about it with you guys. So to start things off, the build up towards this one moment in particular was mostly towards Nico Robin. Like out of all the Enies Lobby is a great character, slash Water 7 is a great character development arc in general. So considering all the Straw Hats get something new, especially like earlier in Water 7, we got quite a bit of development for Usopp, and a lot of people that didn't like Usopp from the start were really starting to like him at this point. Now, personally, I've always loved Usopp. I think he's a great character to relate to, especially considering me, you know, a bunch of other elements, but basically, like, Usopp got some great development, showing his attachment to the Mary, showing he's loyal to his original ideals, doesn't just want to adapt to something that quickly. And the choreography between the Luffy and Usopp fight, what makes that fight in general so great isn't due to the fact that, you know, like, it's a great choreographed fight in general. It's a great, like, impactful fight. And that moment is powerful enough for Usopp's character development, but Nico Robin takes the cake for the most amount of character development in a certain arc. So Nico Robin, out of any of the Straw Hats so far, she's one of the few that we still haven't seen like the full, like the backstory of. Truly, like it's been hinted at quite a bit. Like in the Alabasta arc, they reference her like, oh, she's this devil child. You're Nico Robin, the legendary 80 million bounty girl and stuff. And earlier, I think in this arc in Water 7, Aikiji referenced like, oh, you're a devil child, showing like certain flashbacks to certain moments, like I remember there was like Nico Robin was running through like a city of fire and stuff, showing like, oh, you're a horrible person, you deserve to be hunted down by the world government or whatever. And Nico Robin, like, it wasn't really, they didn't really reference it too much in Skypiea, but in Water 7, you know, Robin was feeling very skeptical about this. She sees this as a burden. She doesn't want to talk about this. So, you know, she just tried to avoid it, and that's why, like, you saw, like I said at the beginning of the Water 7 arc, she wasn't really with the crew that much, because she was kind of fading away. She was going with CP9 and that, you know, bet they had, or not bet, but like that agreement they had together, and the foreshadowing of this arc was great, and I think for Robin, you know, it really did show later on. You know, it's been hinted at quite a bit. And then when it actually did come around to seeing her backstory, why she was called a devil child this whole time, like, okay, let me take into, before going back, I want to completely address this real quick. Earlier, Robin said she was going to leave the Straw Hats. Leaving the Straw Hats? That's crazy right there. The only other person who's left the Straw Hats like this was Usopp, and that was like earlier in this arc. But the thing is, with Usopp, at least we knew why he was leaving. You know, it was because that argument with the Mary and stuff. He doesn't feel needed with the crew and everything. And you see, we saw that reason. But with Robin, you know, we were curious, like, why did she leave so abruptly and stuff. So added to the suspense, it was some foreshadowing right there that it was for the good cause of the Straw Hats and stuff. You know, it wasn't selfish or anything. Whenever, you know, Usopp tries to come save her, whenever people try to come like rescue her, she's like, no, leave me alone and stuff. And then we get to see, you know, why she came to save the Straw Hats. She wanted to save them so they could get off the island because she was working with CP9 at the time, and the Straw Hats are still trying to get her back. But Robin still refuses. She's starting to understand a little more as like the episodes progress and stuff, and it really is impactful overall. But when we actually get to the backstory of her, like, to put things short and simple, I'm not gonna like do like a whole recap of the backstory alone. That would take way too long, considering that backstory is like, I think like 3 episodes long, something like that. And I'm not gonna go fully in detail, but like when you have this girl who's just curious about learning, she never really saw her mom that much. She never really saw her dad or anything like that. And she's kind of alone in this island where she's shunned, where she's left alone. You know, she's all alone. She has nobody else to talk to except, you know, the other fellow librarians and whatnot, who are sort of her friends, not really. Even so, she was just curious, and they were like, no, you shouldn't study the poneglyphs. And she was just studying all this time so she could like go with her mother on an adventure. And when her mother gets killed like right in front of her, that's really, oh my gosh, it's horrible to see. And when I say horrible, I don't mean like, you know, it was bad writing. It was certainly like a really impactful scene. It's horrible as in it's hard to watch, because like seeing what Robin went through right there, and then Robin doesn't know how to respond to this situation, and she keeps trying to go to her mother like, oh, and her mother keeps trying to decline her being daughter, because the thing is though, she can't do it. You know, the world government's kind of like taking over her, the Navy, stuff like that. And then we also see, you know, Jaguar D. Saw, one of her few friends, also die as well. And it's really like the city's starting to burn. The Navy sets up a buster call. Buster call pretty much ruined and or not ruined, but completely changed Robin's life as we know it, and kind of did ruin her for like around 20 years of her life. It ruined, and she, you know, her best friend, or her only like true real friend, was gone right there. And Aokiji killed him, and she has like, Aokiji let her go, and was just like, okay, you know what, I want to see how far you go. She was constantly having to go house to house, place to place, you know, kind of reflecting back, like, can someone please take me in? We saw all the places, like, she couldn't find one place where she could have true friends, because Jaguar was saying, because Saul was saying, like, oh, you'll find friends at one point in your life. And, you know, Robin tried so hard for many years of her life, and, you know, people were constantly shunning her. People were gonna snitch and throw her up to the world government and stuff. So she couldn't find one place where she could truly feel safe. And then we saw, you know, she went with Crocodile, but even then, you know, she kind of had to work as like a secret agent, Miss Wednesday and stuff. And then, you know, she met the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats, a group of people that were actually her friends, people that she could actually rely on and stuff. And this arc really did show, like, she's reflecting back, and when the Straw Hats actually do show up and have sort of that showdown with like face off with CP9, Luffy constantly trying to go back to Robin, like, hey, join our crew again, we're always here, come on. And then, like, Robin's like, no, I can't, because I'm gonna have to, like, you know, break this promise or whatever, and I feel like you guys are gonna get in danger. You guys are actually gonna die just because of me and stuff. Yeah, she doesn't want to go through the trouble, go through the guilt of seeing, like, her few true friends that she's actually gonna get in life are just gonna die thanks to this buster call. And she's just saying, like, get away from here and whatever, I want to die. She sees no other purpose in life, because the one few friends she actually has, she doesn't feel like she's worth for them and stuff. And it's really overarching character development that I really liked what Oda did. And Luffy and the crew, they won't stop. They aren't giving up, like, okay, Robin, you left. They're gonna keep on trying to motivate her. They keep trying to see, and she sees, like, through all of this, like, oh, even if CP9's gonna, like, threaten them with this buster call, they don't care. If they die with her. They die with each other and stuff. And Robin's like, wow, these guys really are my friends. And that's when we hear Luffy tell Usopp, hey, declare war on the world government. And she's like, did they just, and seeing Robin's face, like, oh, did they just declare war on the world government? That's crazy right there. Like, declaring war on the world government isn't just something off to the side. It's huge. And, like, you're gonna get your name not only known across, people are gonna want to hunt you down. I'm dead serious. And when Usopp does that, Luffy says, Robin, before we go, he says, Robin, there's still a few words I want to hear you say. I want to live, because really Robin was like, I want to die, I see no other purpose. Luffy is pretty much telling Robin, like, oh, I don't want to see you die, live on, there's so much better stuff to live for. That's when Robin like, and the thing is, I think this element right here, it probably was, I don't know if it was intentional or not, may not have been, it may just be me, like, thinking about it too much, but it shows, like, oh, even if, you know, you have these depressing thoughts, even if you feel like you can't go on anymore, you know, you always have a group of friends. You always have some friends out there in the world that are always willing to, you know, help you out with situations like this, you know? That'll always be there and always support you in the hardest times. It can get you out of that depression, and I think that little, like, theme that One Piece is going for right there, out of the many themes in this one arc in particular, that was one of the strongest ones. And I'm getting emotional just talking about this moment, because I'm gonna be real with you guys. I cried when I first saw this moment, when I first saw Robin say her "I want to live." She reminisces back like, okay, these truly are the friends Saw was talking about. I can't just let him down like this. You know what? She screams 4 words that are probably one of the most impactful moments in the franchise.
I want to live! Take me with you! Take me away from here!
And whether you're watching it in dub or sub, I don't mean to get too off topic here, but both scenes handle it beautifully. And wow. Such a great moment overall. Shows Robin, she wants to live. Shows how convincing the Straw Hats are. Shows how committed the Straw Hats are to every single one member of their crew. And wow, it's personally my favorite moment out of this whole Enies Lobby arc. My favorite moment out of One Piece in general. And my favorite, like, this truly is the moment that made Robin one of my favorite characters. Because before, don't get me wrong, I loved Robin from the start, but this one truly made me feel like get a new side, because we've never seen anyone get this much character development. Now sure, with Nami, you know, we saw the Arlong Park stuff, that was great character development right there, but with Robin, you know, like, there was extra stuff, we knew her for longer and whatnot. Robin, wow, guys, just insane stuff right there. And it's one of the few moments, because I don't cry out that much, I really get emotional like this. And One Piece has made me feel emotional, but this was one moment in particular, along with the Going Merry death scene, that made a tear run down my cheek and stuff. It was a fantastic way to express a new side of a character, showing a side we've never seen before, and showing how realistic these people can actually get. And this was truly the big moment in One Piece that really made Robin have a 100% trust in the Straw Hats. Because, you know, before she was still having like that, noticed how she was still kind of calling Nami Miss Navigator early on and stuff. I think Oda said earlier in an interview, which I will have a picture, because as I was reading Thriller Bark, I saw Oda had said something about, like in the question corner, a fan asked why did Robin stopped calling Nami Miss Navigator and everyone else like their Mrs. Mr. like formally and stuff. She starts calling them by their real names. And the reason for this is that Robin is now feeling more of attachment to crew. She's more trustworthy of them than anyone else in the world, because it shows how much of an impact the Straw Hats have on every single one another. I like that element that Oda threw in there, you know, Robin starting to call everyone by their real name, because she feels like very impactful about this moment at Enies Lobby. It truly just like it 100% expresses the Straw Hats' trust and faithfulness towards one another. And yeah, that's just been this freaking like 14-minute recording video. I'm probably gonna shorten it down to like 12, 11, 10 minutes, somewhere like that, because I still do have like a couple double takes. I feel like I repeated myself. I'm gonna edit out the audio a little bit, but for the most part, this is gonna be definitely where you're gonna hear like all this stuff that I'm talking about rambling at the top of my head. And I never thought, like, you see guys, I didn't want to drag the One Piece Water 7 Moments video out too long. I wanted to keep this fair, reasonable, stuff like that. So yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. What are you guys' thoughts on this one moment in particular? I think it really did change so much in One Piece. Fans will always remember this moment until One Piece. When One Piece ends, fans will still remember this moment one way or another. Like, I don't know how long One Piece will go for. Maybe another 5-10 years in the manga. I would assume maybe like at least more than 1,000 episodes. More than 1,000 episodes in, people are still going to remember one moment in particular from the episode 278. And dang. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And Ninja out. Peace, everybody.